Nobody thought it could be done, but it will be done. We are doing a double upload tonight, guys. So be ready, because this is going to be a good one. Today's topic, we will be covering lust. Bad sin. I would say every man struggles with lust, right? Because it is built into the world we live in today, and in our biology to chase after this desire, right? This sexual desire, and it's not good at all. Okay. I've talked to many people about it, like guys, and they would definitely agree that it's a big one to overcome, right? Every guy has struggled with it at least once, right? But yeah, so I would start out by saying that it is ruining the society we live in today, right? This feeling of lust can really change, right? It can really change somebody and ruin a lot. It can really damage somebody mentally, which is the problem that we have nowadays in our society, because it has become such a regular thing, right? Every kid, when you're like, after you hit puberty, so when you're like around like 12, 13, you start to fall into this trap, right? This trap that is lust, because you're growing, right? And your hormones are setting in, and sadly, there's just so much stuff that's widely available nowadays to satiate that desire, and it's really not a good thing. But yeah, how has it affected me? Poorly, definitely poorly. So I went to church as a kid, right, all throughout elementary school. But then after my family moved, I had stopped going after elementary school up until, let's see, about, I would say maybe May of, this last year, May of 2025, whenever I had originally broken up with my ex, right? And then from that, I wanted to fix our relationship, and she gave me an ultimatum of becoming a better person, right? So I decided, why not turn my life to Christ? And ever since then, I have been on my journey. I have been learning and growing as a Christian and as a man, right? The biggest struggle to overcome is lust, because it has such a hold on people nowadays, and it's so common for everybody to go through it, and there's not a lot of help that's like widely available to overcome it, because it's just expected for everybody to go through with that, at some point in their lives, right? Whenever they're young, and their minds can be molded. And when you're young and you go through something like this, if nobody rights the wrong, if nobody tells you that it's bad, then your body, or you are just going to continue to live that way, right? You're just going to live in the world. You're going to live in the world, right? And that, when I say that, that means you're going to live with these desires. You're going to live with these sins. So yeah. It is a difficult thing to overcome, very difficult thing to overcome. But the best way to overcome it is to stay busy, is to be a busy person. Keep yourself occupied with things, right? Whether it be school, whether it be work, whether it be going out and hanging out with friends, whether it be, going out and doing something on your own. Learning an instrument like I'm doing, right? Figure out something, whatever helps you, because a lazy man will become a sinful man, because all you're doing is giving your body and giving your mind time to be like, oh man, I'm bored. How could I fill this time? Whoa, a dopamine rush would be really nice. How am I going to get an easy dopamine rush? Worst way you could go about it. But yeah, so I would say it has taken a toll on men nowadays, right? And it is a lot harder for guys to say no to something like that than it is for women to say no to something like that. And personally, I would say my opinion on that is because it dates back to, it's our biology, right? The man goes out, works hard, boosts testosterone, right? Testosterone is through the roof. What's he gonna want to do? Come back home to his wife, right? And so it's become such a thing nowadays for people to expect to want it and expect to have it, right? And it's such an issue for the younger kids nowadays, because they have nothing to stop themselves from seeing it, right? They have the internet. It's so easy to access something like that. So it is definitely damaging to the youth. And man, doing that, right? Self-satisfaction lowers testosterone, by the way, so not very good for the body. Not very good as a man to be doing that. So just heads up, guys, just FYI. But yeah, so that is the biggest thing that I face, right? Is that I think I mentioned that in the video that I just posted earlier today. Which one was it? Whichever, the one of me sitting in this exact room where I am right now. Yeah, that video. I mentioned, until I overcome my own, worldly desires that I want, I'm not ready for a relationship. And I don't think any man should go into a relationship until he has overcome his earthly desires, right? And it can be hard because nobody is perfect. Everybody's broken and everybody is sinful, right? But it takes somebody who's willing to work towards that. And anybody can. Anybody realistically can work towards that. So, yeah. But yeah. I pray for our future generations, because the world that has been set up before us is one that is not very holy. And it can cause a lot of people to fall into bad habits, right? Like for me, when I was younger, I didn't have Christ to guide me, right? I was not Christian. I did not care for anything like that, because my priorities were family, friends, make money, right? That kind of stuff. So I never focused on the, hey, this is hurting my life more than it's helping me, right? How can I fix this? How can I take care of this? So now that's what it's all about. It is about overcoming these challenges, overcoming these wants and these desires to better yourself as a person. And for the guys out there, the more you have control over this stuff, the better it looks for you, right? Women are going to want a man who can control himself entirely, right? And there's this quote from this ancient philosopher. He who has not control over his mind cannot conquer his world. So, to have control over what's in here is to be able to have control over you, over your physical world, over, how you spend your time, what you go out and do, who you talk to, and that can lead into so many different things, like help keeping you humble, right? Humble yourself so that you are not prideful, so that you are not arrogant, so that you can keep yourself low enough, like, in the world to not be riding your high horse, But yeah, so I will probably make another part to this later on down the line, because I think this is a topic that really does need to be covered. But yeah, thank y'all very much for watching. Thumbnail for today. Awesome. And I'm gonna leave this in every video because I think they'd be really fun. All right, see ya.